The story begins long ago, in a time when demons and humans walked the same earth, their paths often crossing in violence and conflict. The Great Dog Demon, a powerful and noble creature who ruled over vast territories, was the father of two sons, Sesshomaru, a full demon of immense power and pride, and Inuyasha, a half-demon born from the Great Dog Demon's love for a human woman named Izayoi. The Great Dog Demon was a legendary figure, possessing three mighty swords that represented his dominion over the three worlds, heaven, hell, and earth. These swords were the Tetsusaiga, the sword of earth that could fell 100 enemies in one sweep, the Tenseiga, the sword of heaven that could save 100 lives in one sweep, and the Sounga, the sword of hell that could summon 100 dead souls in one sweep and open the gateway to the underworld. The story opens with a flashback to a fateful night. The Great Dog Demon is wounded from a battle with a powerful demon named Ryukotsusei, and he knows his time is short. He is determined to protect his human lover, Izayoi, who is about to give birth to their child. Sesshomaru, his eldest son, confronts him, demanding that his father entrust the swords to him before he goes to his death. The Great Dog Demon asks Sesshomaru a profound question. Do you have someone to protect? Sesshomaru, cold and proud, scoffs at the question. He walks the way of supreme conquest and has no need for such sentimental attachments. But the Great Dog Demon knows that true power comes not from conquest, but from the desire to protect those you love. Meanwhile, Lord Takemaru of Setsuna, a human lord who has long harbored feelings for Izayoi, is enraged that she has chosen a demon over him. He leads his men to the mansion where Izayoi is giving birth, intent on killing the demon and reclaiming the woman he loves. He sets the mansion ablaze, trapping Izayoi and her newborn child inside. The Great Dog Demon arrives in time, fighting through Takemaru's men to reach Izayoi. But his wounds are severe, and he knows he cannot survive much longer. He uses the Tenseiga to protect Izayoi and his son, and then engages Takemaru in a final battle. The Great Dog Demon defeats Takemaru, but at the cost of his own life. He dies, leaving his swords behind. Izayoi survives, and she names the newborn Inuyasha, giving him a name that means dog child. She is killed shortly after by Takemaru's men, but she ensures that her son escapes to safety. Fast forward to the present day. Kagome Higurashi, a modern-day middle school girl from Tokyo, is the reincarnation of the priestess Kikyo, and she has been traveling through time to the feudal era with Inuyasha and their group of friends. They are searching for the shards of the Shikon Jewel, a powerful artifact that can grant any wish, and they are trying to stop the evil demon Naraku from collecting them all. Along the way, Kagome has grown close to Inuyasha, despite his moody and stubborn nature. She has learned to use the beads of subjugation to control him with a simple word, sit, which forces him to the ground and keeps him in line when he gets too reckless. One day, Kagome returns to the present time to attend school and visit her family. She and her friends, Yuka and Eri, are playing volleyball when a strange wind blows through the schoolyard. Kagome feels a sudden chill, and she senses something familiar and dark in the air. She dismisses it, but when she returns home, she finds her grandfather excitedly showing off a family treasure, an old rusty sword that has been passed down through generations. The sword is called the Sword of Murakumo, but Kagome's younger brother, Sota, notices that the characters on the sword can also be read as Sounga. Kagome's grandfather reveals that the sword was found in the ancient Bone Eater's well centuries ago by their ancestors, and he has been keeping it as a family heirloom. But something is wrong. The sword begins to glow with a dark, malevolent aura. It speaks, revealing its true nature as the Sounga, the demon sword of hell. It breaks free from its sheath and flies out of the shrine, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. Kagome and her family are terrified. But they know that this is connected to Inuyasha's world. Kagome returns to the feudal era, carrying the sheath of the Sounga, which she learns belongs to a mysterious woman named Saya. Saya is the guardian of the Sounga's sheath, and she has been waiting for 700 years for the sword to return. Meanwhile, Inuyasha and his friends are attacked by a powerful demonic force. The Sounga has chosen a new master, and it has awakened an army of the dead. Inuyasha is overwhelmed by the sword's power. It begins to corrupt his mind, whispering dark promises of conquest and power. It tries to take control of him, and for a moment, Inuyasha is lost to its influence. He attacks his friends, using the Sounga's devastating power, including the Dragon Twister, an attack that can destroy anything in its path. Moroku, Sango, Shippo, and the others are forced to flee. They are terrified and confused. Inuyasha is not himself. Something is terribly wrong. Kagome arrives just in time to see the destruction. She uses the beads of subjugation to force Inuyasha to the ground, breaking the Sounga's hold on him. The sword flees, seeking a new master. Saya explains the truth about the Sounga. It is a cursed blade that has brought destruction to the world for centuries. It was once wielded by the great dog demon himself, but he never allowed it to control him. Now, without its master, the sword seeks to destroy everything. It can only be defeated by combining the powers of the Tetsusaiga and the Tenseiga, the two swords that were left to Inuyasha and Sesshomaru. The only problem is that Inuyasha and Sesshomaru hate each other, and they will never work together. But the Sounga does not wait. It finds a new master, Takemaru of Setsuna, the very same human lord who killed Izayoi and fought against the great dog demon 200 years ago. Takemaru is resurrected as an undead creature, bound to the sword's will. He is filled with hatred and rage. He despises Inuyasha and Sesshomaru because they are the sons of the demon who stole his beloved Izayoi. He wants revenge. He wants to destroy everything that the great dog demon loved. The Sounga gives him Sesshomaru's severed left arm, which allows him to use the Dragon Twister with devastating effect. Takemaru attacks, killing indiscriminately and raising an army of the dead to do his bidding. Inuyasha and his friends rush to stop Takemaru. They know that they must defeat the Sounga before it destroys the entire world. But Takemaru is powerful, and he has an endless army of undead soldiers. Inuyasha and Sesshomaru confront each other, their rivalry and hatred boiling over. They fight each other, their swords clashing in a deadly dance. But neither can defeat the other. They are evenly matched, and their battle only serves to weaken them both. Sesshomaru is troubled. He has always sought power for its own sake. He believed that the path of supreme conquest was the only path worth walking. But he cannot forget his father's question. Do you have someone to protect? He looks at Rin, the young human girl who has followed him faithfully, and he feels something he has never felt before. He is confused, angry, and conflicted. He does not want to admit that he cares for anyone. But he cannot deny the truth any longer. He does have someone to protect. And that changes everything. Kagome realizes that Inuyasha and Sesshomaru must work together to defeat the Sounga. She begs them both to put aside their differences and fight as brothers. Inuyasha is stubborn, but Kagome's words touch him. He remembers his mother, Izayoi, who died protecting him. He remembers his father, the great dog demon, who gave his life to protect those he loved. He knows that he must fight to protect Kagome and his friends, no matter the cost. Sesshomaru is also changed. He sees Inuyasha's determination, his refusal to give up, his love for his friends. He realizes that his father's words were not a weakness, but a strength. He decides to help Inuyasha, not out of love for his half-brother, but out of respect for his father's legacy and his own desire to protect Rin. The final battle is epic and heart-wrenching. Takemaru opens the gateway to hell, unleashing the full power of the Sounga. The dead rise, and the living are in danger of being pulled into the underworld. Inuyasha and Sesshomaru combine their powers, using the Tetsusaiga and the Tenseiga together. Their combined attack creates a powerful wave of energy that is able to counter the Sounga's Dragon Twister. It is a moment of pure magic, a testament to the strength of their father's legacy and the power of brotherhood. In the heat of battle, Takemaru's memories return to him. He remembers Izuyoi's kindness, her gentle nature, her desperate plea for him to leave so that he would not be killed. He remembers that he loved her, truly loved her, and that he never truly resented her for choosing the demon. His hatred fades, replaced by a profound and painful regret. He finally understands that his love for Izuyoi was pure, but his jealousy and anger twisted it into something dark and destructive. He is consumed by the Sounga's power, and he is lost forever. The gateway to hell begins to close, but it is pulling everything with it. Inuyasha and Sesshomaru are both in danger of being sucked into the abyss. Inuyasha is hanging on to the edge of the cliff, his strength failing. Sesshomaru, seeing his brother's desperate situation, makes a choice. He reaches out and saves Inuyasha, pulling him to safety. It is a small gesture, but it is a monumental one. For the first time in their lives, Sesshomaru has acted not out of pride or spite, but out of a sense of duty and family. He has finally found the answer to his father's quest. Ion. He has found someone to protect. The Sounga is sealed away, trapped in the netherworld forever. The great dog demon's spirit appears, proud of his sons for finally finding the answers they needed. He tells them that he always believed in them, that he knew they would find their way. He vanishes, leaving his sons to their own paths. Inuyasha and Sesshomaru exchange a wordless glance. They are still rivals, still enemies in many ways, but there is now a grudging respect between them. They have fought together, bled together, and saved each other's lives. They may never be friends, but they are brothers, and that means something. The story concludes with Inuyasha and his group finding a moment of peace. Kagome apologizes for having to put the beads of subjugation back on him, but she explains that she did it because she doesn't want him to run off on his own again. Inuyasha protests, but Kagome smiles and says the word, "Sit." He crashes to the ground, and everyone laughs. They have been through so much, but they are still together, and they are still fighting. In the end, Inuyasha the Movie 3. Swords of an Honorable Ruler is a beautiful and powerful story about the nature of strength and the importance of protecting those you love. It is a story about brotherhood, sacrifice, and the realization that true power comes not from conquest, but from the bonds we share with others. The film explores the complex dynamics of the great dog demon's family, delving into the grief, anger, and love that has shaped Inuyasha and Sesshomaru into the men they are today. It is a fitting tribute to the legacy of the great dog demon and a beautiful conclusion to the film trilogy. The story remains in the hearts of the fans, reminding us all that even the most stubborn hearts can change, and that the greatest strength of all is the love we have for one another.